Uh, I start the video in confusion. I had a topic, and then the last second before I hit the record button, I say, "What? No, I'm gonna talk about this. Talk about that. What? I don't even remember what they are now." And so my brain is so discombobulated. I was gonna talk about death or something. No, boring life, boring life, boring life, boring life. Is a boring life a real life? Is a boring life? Or should I say this in my normal voice? This is my normal voice. This is my boring voice. This is my I want to be normal voice. I want you to see me as a normal guy voice. It's very painful. It gets very tiring to talk in this voice. I don't talk to myself in this voice. How do I talk to myself? That's closer. A little bit more like, how do I talk to myself in my head? I only talk to myself in my head because I don't like my voice. It's not a bad voice. Sometimes it is bad, sometimes it is obnoxious, but I never really liked it. Certainly not in the sense that I just wanted to go out and just talk to everybody. I want to talk to everybody. Let me get to know you from the inside out. Is that what I want? Do I really want to know anybody other than myself? Do I just want to know myself and nobody else? Do I only have room in my brain for myself? I have no love. I have no love. Is that a boring life? Not having any love? Not having a lover? Is that a boring life? I never had a satisfying love relationship. I've had love relationships in the sense that I dated somebody. We had sex, but it just didn't feel like love. Didn't feel good. Never felt good. Never felt healthy. Never felt like I could live this way for the rest of my life. It was always like, I'm lonely. I'm lonely. Help me with my loneliness. That was kind of how my relationships were. Do something about my loneliness. I'm lonely. Why am I lonely? Is it because I'm afraid to express myself? Am I afraid to express myself? Is that what makes a boring life? Is life boring when you don't express yourself and you just say, fuck expressing myself, I just want to be seen as normal? Is that what boring is? I just want to be seen as normal. I'm gonna color inside the lines. Yes, ma'am. I ain't gonna diverge in the woods where the two paths diverge. I'm staying. What's that? The path less taken, the path less trodden. Trodden, taken don't mean the same thing, but does it make a difference? Am I an actor? Am I doing this for attention? Do I need attention? The humans need attention. The children need attention. They need somebody to look at them and say, hey, I see what you're doing. Do they need attention for what? What do they need it for? They need somebody to say, hey, you're doing a good job. Is that what they need? Do I need somebody to say, hey, you're doing it right? I'm looking up because I'm pretending that somebody's talking to me as I hear this. Somebody up here, maybe somebody up there. I'm waiting for them to say, hey, you're doing a good job. Maybe I'm waiting for them to say, hey, you are my son and in you I am well pleased. You know? Why did Jesus get that? I ain't got that. Jesus got that. What did Jesus do? He was just born. He didn't do nothing special. He was born Jesus. And then God says, I'm pleased with you. I like you. Because he was born. He was born Jesus. That's all he did. But me, what do I gotta do? I gotta become CEO of Walmart. I gotta become CEO of a Fortune 500 company and fly in a big jet airplane around the world, going to China and speaking Chinese and making $1 million a minute. That's what I gotta do to get God just to say to me, hey, you're doing a good job. Is that would be an interesting life. I do believe that would be an interesting life. Being CEO of Walmart, I don't know about that. Walmart, why does I don't think I'd want to be CEO of Walmart. Would that be any less interesting than being CEO of Goldman Sachs? Would being CEO of Goldman Sachs be better than being CEO of Walmart? Are their decisions they make, they ain't the same. The decisions they make at Goldman Sachs is cooler than the ones they make at Walmart. When they have the meetings, the board, the chairman of the board, whatever they call it, I don't know what they call it, when the top dogs get together at Goldman Sachs, their conversations, the conversations are cooler at Goldman Sachs than they are the conversations at Walmart. Why? You walk into Walmart and you think whoever owns this place must be the most boring motherfucker ever existed. Because this store is boring. The only reason it's any good is it's full of everything I need. Everything I could ever want I can buy at Walmart. But the store itself is just like the most plain, just like, that's why people who shop there go in there with the sweatpants on. Because they're like, this place is boring. I can get away with this murder. I'm murdering my society. I ain't dressing nice. I'm just gonna fuck society. I'm not gonna express myself. Expressing myself is dangerous. I'm just gonna be comfortable. Go in there in my sweatpants. In this boring world, the whole world is boring. That can't be true. They can't be true. Because if it was, movies would have nothing to be based on. All movies are based on something that actually happened. All the Marvel hero movies, that's all based on stuff that actually happened. That's how you know life ain't boring. The world ain't boring. Marvel movies exist. What would be interesting? Going to a war and risking your life? Having people shoot at you? You shoot back at them? Pow! I got you, you goddamn... Ain't gonna say it on YouTube. Ain't gonna say it. Would that be interesting? Would that be fun? Would I write a book about it? This is how my adventure in the army. Me getting shot at. That was the most enjoyable time of my life. It was exciting. I miss it. I wish I could go back and get shot at some more. What? Being a prostitute. If I was a prostitute, I'm living in a bus in a parking lot of a Chinese restaurant, next to a couple of hotels and motels where a bunch of bums live. A bunch of drug addicts. Homeless camps near here too. A bicycle got stolen by a homeless person who lives at a homeless camp, so says the cop. So saith the cop. He said my bicycle was stolen by a homeless man. He knows who he was. But the cop never found him. Never called me back. Probably because he didn't like that I had boobs. Maybe he thought if he called me back, I might think he wanted to date. And maybe I did. Maybe I wanted to date. Would it be boring? Would it be interesting if I went to the homeless camp? If I walked out through those woods, I don't even know where it's at. I ain't seen the homeless camps. I've seen the homeless people. I've seen a couple walk by. A couple. Not two homeless people, but a couple. A man and a woman. A white man and a black woman. They always walk by here together, but right by my bus. And I'm always worried they're gonna sneak in here one day. Because they're homeless. Would it be interesting? Would my life be an adventure if I went out there and checked out the homeless camp? and said, hey, I'm gonna sit here and talk to you guys for a while in my normal voice. I'm gonna talk to you in my normal voice. You know, because I want to be normal. That's my normal voice. That is why it's my normal voice, because I want to be normal. I don't want to hang out with homeless people. Hanging out with homeless people is not for normal people. That's not normal. It's not normal. Nobody wants to hang out with homeless people. That sounds stupid. It sounds boring. It sounds like you know, I think I'd rather watch Joe Rogan or you know, maybe Russell Brand or some of these people some of these YouTube. I only watch YouTube. So that's my thing. I don't watch TV anymore. Why? Well, I'm already getting tired just talking that way. Already getting tired just talking that way. I need some pep in my words. YouTube. I only watch YouTube. YouTube. Could I be an actor? Am I an actor? Am I an actor, or could I be an actor? One of the two. Both of them could be true. Am I an actor? YouTube, man. YouTube is the only thing I watch. YouTube is. It's making me cry just to talk that way. My eyes are starting to water up. I don't think I could be an actor. I got psychological problems. I have a need to be normal. I have a need to be accepted by other people. That causes me to be anxious. Causes me to stumble over my own feet. Is that because I'm trans? Or am I just fucked up in the head? Am I still not willing to accept that I'm trans? Am I a woman in a man's body? Am I a southern woman? Do I want to be a southern woman with the big milky white breasts? Big old hips? With soft wet pussy? Is that what I want? And a big huge ass. Big old huge ass. And I walk by a bunch of Mexican men out working and they're all like, and I'm like, yeah, you know you want this, but you can't get it. You're a poor, illiterate Mexican. I only give it out to rich, powerful, white men who rule the world. That's the only people I give it to. What if I met a rich, powerful black man who ruled the world? I think I might be humiliated. Not because I saw myself as a woman, but because I was born as a male. Being the wife of a rich and powerful black man. Born with a penis, though. I was born with a penis, not with a vagina. That means I can't be the wife. And he's got the big old, his dick is as big as his arm, making me scream all night. Like a little bitch. Because I love it. I'm like, oh my God! It's the greatest pleasure I ever had. The greatest pleasure I ever had. Having a big, huge man cock the size of my own arm up inside my vagina, all the way fist foot, what is a fist foot? Fist foot deep. It was fist foot deep inside me. I loved it so much I had to give thanks to God. If I had a man-made vagina, could I take that? Could I take a fist foot deep? Could I only take like 2 inches? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to experience that. I don't think I want to experience that. I don't think I want to experience losing my penis. I don't think that I do. I think I would be depressed. Why? Why would I be depressed? Do I see my penis as a symbol of power? Is the penis a symbol of power and I'm just afraid to give up my symbolic power, my symbol of power? Even though my penis currently ain't doing me any good and I may never have sex with a woman again. You know, my first time having sex with a woman, I said I was home. I didn't say that out loud. I said it in my head. I'm home. It felt like this is where I belonged. But then she didn't want to do it again. And I hated myself. I hated myself. Not just because of that. But there was a theme in my life. Wanting a relationship with the women. My mother left me. My dad's second wife left me. They weren't my wives. They was my mama's. And they left me. So then the first girl I had sex with left me. Because she didn't want to have sex with me. We still talked and all that kind of stuff, but not wanting sex for me was the same thing as not wanting a relationship. Because that's what I felt like was the actual relationship. That's when I was home. We're just talking. We ain't really home. It's like once I'm inside you, now we're together. Now it's you and me here. I ain't had sex in like 10 years. No, less than that. Maybe like 4 years. I had sex with the girl I met in Atlanta. I sometimes don't count that because we weren't really dating. That relationship was more a spiritual relationship. A spiritual, there goes my normal voice. A spiritual relationship doesn't make sense. What is a spiritual relationship? That don't even make no sense. I met her at a Sufi group. Was she a Sufi? I don't know what she was. She never told me. She never told me what she was kind of like me. She was a student of religion in general. And she told me she was going to show me what love is. So I thought, well, that sounds interesting. I'm in. This is what I've been looking for my whole life, maybe. And she came close. I saw it at least for a minute. At least for a minute, I saw it. I was at her house. I came down the stairs or something. What was I doing? I don't know. But I walked into the kitchen. And there she was cooking food. And I could see it coming out of her body. It's like the sun shining into my face. But it wasn't shining light. It was shining the words, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I thought, well, she did it. She showed me love. But then I didn't see it again. I thought maybe I could have married her. She could have been my wife, possibly. But part of her idea of showing me love was to try to get me angry, to express my anger. She wanted me to express my anger, to let my anger out. You know how she did it? By trying to make me angry. Did I already say that? Did I ruin my own speech? I just ruined my whole speech. Now everybody's gonna hate me. I'm gonna be rejected. I'm gonna be canceled because I ruined my own speech. The world is gonna say, fuck you! We ain't gonna give you no attention. We ain't paying no attention to you. Because you fucked up your own speech. Am I an artist? I'm creating art right this minute. Is this a work of art? A work of art that's gonna be up in the cathedral. The ceiling of the cathedral of the St. Peter's Basilica That's not the one I was thinking of. What is the cathedral? You know the one, the ceiling, the cathedral with the ceiling. God damn it! Michelangelo painted it. What's the name of the goddamn cathedral? People, somebody tell me the name of that cathedral. I can't believe I forgot the name of that. I cannot believe I forgot the name of that church, that building, that chapel, cathedral, church. What is it called? I don't even know what it's called. Temple. It's not a temple. What's the difference between a temple and a church? And a cathedral? Who knows? Does somebody know? Does somebody out there know the difference between a temple and a cathedral? Is it important? Do I need to know the difference? Is the same difference between a water and agua? Water and agua are not the same thing. Water and agua are not the same. That was water in that cup, not agua. Mexicans drink agua. Americans drink water. They are not the same thing. Did I just make a point? Did you get my point? Expressing myself. What do I need to express? Am I tired? Am I tired of life? I'm tired of life. I'm tired of my life. My life is boring. It's not that it's boring, that it tires me. What about it tires me? Why don't I have energy? Why am I not like the sun? You know how the sun has energy? It seems to be unending energy, just like shines constantly. Why ain't I like that? Why do I feel just so tired and just like fuck life? Fuck life. I'm gonna be comfortable. I'm just gonna be comfortable. Is that why I don't have no energy? Because I'm trying to be comfortable all the time. I'm sapping my own strength by trying to be normal and fit into society and not be a freak. Is that all it is? I don't feel safe to express myself, so I keep it all inside. So I am like the sun, except I don't shine. I keep it all inside. I'm like, no, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Is that what it is? Is that all it is? Is that why I feel so tired? I'm trying to keep all that shit in. I'm trying to keep all that light in. What does Jesus say? Who lights a candle and puts it under a bucket? He didn't use those words. I think he used the word lantern and bushel. A bush. I'm feeling tired. Why am I feeling tired? Because I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Do I need a new voice now? Have I worn out the southern accent? And I need to find a new voice. A new voice for a new time. A new day. New age. We are heading into the new age. We're going into outer space. We're on our way to Mars right this minute. You and I, we're gonna hold hands the whole way. You and me and the boyfriend in the back who ain't gonna be touching me because I don't want you to know he's back there, miss. Because you leave me. You leave me if you find out I got a boyfriend back there. He treats me like a woman. You don't even touch my dick. He don't like it, but he thinks I'm pretty enough. I'm out of water. I'm out of water. Is this my new voice? Did I find another new voice? My space age voice? Is that what this is? My space age damsel. Damsel's not the right words. My space age broad. There comes the southern accent creeping back in. My space age broad. God damn it. My space age. Jesus. This water, this is another cup of water. This is from yesterday. or this morning maybe. I'm drinking it from the wrong angle. The straw is at the wrong angle, or the cup is at the wrong angle. Am I putting on a show? Is this an entertaining show? Would it be a better show if I prepared it? If I wrote a script and came on here and said my script? It's fun for me just to think out loud. Loud. That's my normal voice. Loud. I'm talking loud. Can you hear me? This is me, Michael, talking to you on the phone. This is how I talk. Do I sound like I'm sedated? Do I sound like I have something sitting on my head, pushing me down, my face down to the floor? Is that what it sounds like? Something is pushing my head down to the floor. It feels like weight. What is the weight? Is it the weight of trying to be normal? You know, dysfunctional families. I come from a dysfunctional family, I guess. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I've read about dysfunctional families, and my family meets all the criteria. You know, one of the characteristics, one of the signs, the symptoms. Is it the symptom or is it the cause? I'm not sure if it's the symptom or the cause that in dysfunctional families there's an obsession with appearing to be normal. Is the obsession with appearing to be normal the cause of the dysfunction? Or is the dysfunction the cause of the obsession with appearing to be normal? I ain't sure. That's about what it feels like. That weight, the weight feels like the obsession to appear to be normal. Is that why my family is dysfunctional? They can't express themselves. I say my family is dysfunctional. That includes me. But I can't say I'm dysfunctional. I can say that I have a bona fide personality disorder. Well, I can't say that either because it ain't. Even my psychologist wasn't sure. What is borderline personality disorder? Who knows? Who cares? Does anybody really care what borderline personality disorder? If you look it up, it's basically just a collection of symptoms. I would find it interesting if it had a cause, or if it had a solution. I'm gonna turn off these lights here. My lover. Are you my lover? Or just my friend? We ain't even friends. Not real friends. I'm talking to you now. Specific person out there. My lover. She could be my lover. She could be my wife. But she ain't talking to me. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. She don't love me because I'm a loser. And I'll always be a loser because she don't love me. How can I ever be a winner without her loving me? Is it possible? Is it possible for me to have a successful life knowing the lady I love the most don't love me back? Is it possible? Is it only as a man that I hate myself? Would I hate myself if I saw myself only as a woman? I don't know. I've never seen myself only as a woman. Do I like seeing myself as a woman? You know what turns me on to see myself as a woman? I felt it just now. You know, that is one of the reasons why I was in love with that woman. She sent me a poem once that she wrote about herself and another woman. It was up together on a cloud, which may be why I think of her when I see the clouds. I wondered. I asked that question, posted on Facebook. Why is it when I see clouds I think of her? It just occurred to me. Could be the poem that she sent me about her and her lover, her female lover up there on the clouds. I don't remember how the poem goes. I was impressed by it. But I think what hit me the hardest was the fact that she had written it about herself and another woman. When I met her, she was with a man. She had a boyfriend. Was he a man or a boy? I think maybe her high school sweetheart or something. I don't remember. And was with him until I stopped talking to her. I stopped talking to her first. Then one day she contacted me after like years of not talking. She said, "I miss you." And invited me to her house. Here I am thinking the love of my life is finally reaching out to me. We're finally going to be together. When did I find out she was with another man? Was it after I got to the house or before I got to the house? I don't remember. But I found out, and I was heartbroken. But she still wanted me to come to her house, so I thought I had hope. I thought there must be hope. She must be unsatisfied in this relationship, just like she was in the first one. I knew she was unsatisfied in the first one, because she was spending all her time with me at the bar. She and I used to go to bars together. Was it every Friday? I don't know if it was every Friday. It was a lot of Fridays. A lot of Fridays, a lot of Saturdays. She and I would go to a bar, talk, hold hands, hug, kissed twice while she was with this man. What I felt, what her body told me, she wasn't satisfied with him because she did not have an emotional connection, that he could not relate to her on a certain level. And what I thought, what I felt, is that I could give her what she was looking for. I still feel that way. What is the difference between him and I? I'll give you one guess. There is a part of myself that I can express, at least. Maybe he can too. Maybe he just didn't want to. Maybe he was afraid, being judged. Maybe he was afraid she would leave him. Maybe he expressed that part of himself and he just didn't do it right. I don't know. But she left him. So then she left the second one too. She invited me to the house. I met him. I thought, what the fuck? What are you doing? How did you end up with this fucking cretin? He was a macho man. That was the only thing. He was a bear. Got a hairy chest, big thick beard. But I knew he couldn't give her what she wanted. I knew it the moment I saw him. When I found out she'd left him, I'm like, do you not know that you had the Son of God right here in your presence? The Son of God, that's who she needs. The Son of God. That's me. No, I ain't Jesus. That it is. I did think I would be Jesus. I don't mean to say that. what I mean to say is that's how I felt. I felt like I was the right one for her. I was perfect for her, and she was perfect for me. She has her flaws. She has lots of flaws, but I see past them. All I see is this angel, this little light. It's like a star in the sky. And I can't help but love her, despite all the shit. The years of not talking, now, not talking. Because after I went to her house, spent time with the boyfriend, I went back again and got shit-faced drunk. There's a bunch of people there, her boyfriend, a bunch of other people too. I think it was a birthday party or something, maybe hers. I got so drunk I ended up in the bathtub, taking a shower with my clothes on. Hardly able to stand up. I don't know how it happened. I really don't know how it happened. I think part of it, if somebody didn't drug me, then I think part of it was the anxiety in combination with the alcohol. It had somewhat like, I don't know, just caused my brain to just go into like a spastic kind of mode or something. Made me sick, for lack of a better word, because I think I only had a whiskey, maybe whiskey and some weed. I get showered, I get out of the shower and still kind of blurry. I'm not sure what's going on, and then her boyfriend comes up to me and says, I'm not gonna say her name, but X wants you to leave. She says you're making things awkward. Was it the being sick? Is that what it was? Was it that I was talking to another girl? I had been talking to another girl in the bedroom alone. Is that what bothered her? I don't know. Same thing happened with another girl. Went to a party with her. Not really with her. Met her there. Got drunk. Next thing I know, she's storming off mad. I talked to her the next day. She said I was trying to get in the pants of everybody there at the party. Is that what I did at the other party? The girl stopped talking to me forever, until I finally reached her again a few months ago. After she left her third boyfriend. The third one she had since I met her. She left him too. She got sober. She nearly died from alcoholism. Now she knows who I'm talking about. She didn't know already. She's watching this. She probably knew already who I was talking about, though, of course, because everything else, she knows what I'm talking about. She heard it. She was there. Nearly died from alcohol. Cirrhosis of the liver. She got clean and sober. Moved back to where I was at. Was talking to me for a while. And I guess it got to be too much. I don't know. Her other love interest, she has another love interest. So maybe I was interfering. Maybe I was I don't know. My guess is, unless he's like me, she might date him for a while and repeat the same thing over and over again that she did with the previous 3 men, because she don't want to date a womanly man, even though she does. She really does. That's why she wants to date the Son of God, because the Son of God is a womanly man, right? Because God is womanly. God is half male and half female. So you know God's Son has to be also half male and half female, right? That's why he's called the hermaphrodite, the hermaphroditic Christ. I had a dream about the hermaphroditic Christ, and then I think I'll shut this video off. The dream about the hermaphroditic Christ. I think it might have been a dream about me and her. Am I the Christ? I was in the dream, but it wasn't me in the dream. It was the hermaphroditic Christ. I saw a woman sitting at a home by herself. And there's a knock at the door. Did you see how my knocking is not in sync with my hand? My sound effects guy, he took the day off. So she's sitting there. There's a knock at the door. Closer, closer, closer. I did say I am the Son of God, didn't I? That's not how the Son of God does it. If Jesus was here, he wouldn't do shit like that, would he? Jesus, his timing would be perfect. He'd say, bam, 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 and you say, damn, Jesus, that shit was perfect. You knocked that one out of the park. You knock it out of the park every time. You never miss a hit, miss a swing. What is it called? Never had a strike. Jesus said, you got 4 strikes. Still ain't out yet. Jesus. Am I Jesus? Am I Jesus? Is this all a figment of my imagination? This whole world? I created this? Am I having a dream? Is this my dream? Is this Jesus' dream? Am I Jesus dreaming? Is that what I need to wake up from? What does it mean to wake up from Jesus' dream? I gotta kill myself? Is that what it means? Because this is all just a dream. The only way to wake up from the dream is to kill myself. To realize the dream has to come to an end. That's it. The only way to come is gotta come to an end. Is wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Kill yourself. Wake up. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that on YouTube. I might get blamed for somebody's suicide. I might get blamed for somebody's suicide. And then I'd go to jail, and the people in the court in the prison wouldn't realize they put Jesus in jail. I shouldn't be saying I'm Jesus either, because people might believe me. People might say that is Jesus. He keeps saying he's Jesus. He might actually be Jesus. He kind of looks like Jesus. He wore that colorful bandana. The primary colors of the Holy Trinity. Why are the primary colors the color of the Holy Trinity? I don't need to explain that, do I? I don't even know. I don't know the answer to that. They're not really, are they? They are. Look up Jesus in red and blue. Google Jesus in red and blue in Renaissance painting. You know why Jesus wears red and blue together? In the Renaissance paintings, look up the what is it, the dinner, the Last Supper. Look up all the variant paintings of the Last Supper. There was more than one. It wasn't just Leonardo da Vinci who painted that piece of crap. It's a piece of crap. What it was. The Last Supper is a joke. Somebody just made that shit up. I know, because I'm Jesus. Dream. I didn't finish the dream. She's got a knock at the door. Who's at the door? Jesus. But he looks like an Irishman. Don't even look like me, an Irishman. He's got like reddish hair, really pale skin. They're in a kind of Irish country. It looks like. The woman too. She's got kind of reddish blonde hair. The home is like the what is it? What kind of homes they have in Ireland? I don't know. I've never seen a home from Ireland. But it does have a kind of country village. It has like a cottage kind of appeal. Not cottage, not a good word. But it would not surprise me if you walked out her door and saw a few sheep grazing the hillside. And so he comes in. They go to a table and they sit down across from each other at the table. The man starts taking his coat off. Then he unbuttons his shirt and he shows his boobs. The man has boobs. but half his face, no, I take that back, half his chest is covered with facial hair, the other half is clean, hairless, completely hairless. Basically signifying that he's half man and half woman. And that's when the woman knew this is the hermaphroditic Christ sitting across the table from her. And she was in love with him. She had already been in love with him before, but when she saw his breasts, she was even more in love with him. It's not because he was the Christ, it's because he was part woman that she fell in love with him. Which is why I thought of my lady. Because if I am the right person for her, it's because I'm part woman. That's the only reason. It's not because I'm the best looking man that ever existed. It's because I have boobs. She don't need the boobs. I don't think she might have liked the boobs. She likes boobs. That's why I thought the dream was about me and her. Why did I have that dream? I don't know. Where did I get the idea of the hermaphroditic Christ from? It wasn't from the dream, it's from studying religion. Studying religion. Not just the Bible, but studying religion. You'll see the idea of the hermaphroditic deities come up over and over again. Hermaphrodite deities. The universe is a hermaphrodite. Yin and yang together as one. Male and female together as one. The hermaphroditic deity. The deities, even when there's multiple deities, they were originally a male and female pair that was separated like day and night. Day and night were originally a single thing. That's why the Bible says that God separated the light from the darkness, because they were together as one, male and female. The hermaphroditic Christ. The hermaphroditic Christ. The hermaphrodite. Christ the hermaphrodite. Wearing a gay bandana. Christ is gay. He's effeminate. He always looks effeminate in the pictures. He looks like a woman with a beard. He looks like a goddamn bearded woman who belongs in a circus. Christ belongs in a circus. Because he's a freak. He ain't normal. Christ don't give a damn about being normal. Does he? Is that why people think Trump is Christ? Because he don't give a damn about being normal? Trump don't give a damn about being normal. That means he must be the Christ. Is Jesus the most normal man who ever existed? If you went into Jesus' house, would everything be in perfect order? And he's clean shaven, and he's wearing his khaki pants and his blue, what is it called? Polo shirt? Not polo shirt. What's the dress shirt? Is it just called dress shirt? Is that what it's called? I don't think that don't sound right. His khaki pants and his blue dress shirt ironed. He irons his dress shirt and his khaki pants. Is that how Jesus lives? Maybe. Maybe Jesus is the most boring man you ever met. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's not outspoken, and he kind of talks quiet, like, you know. Maybe he talks in a forced voice, kind of like I do. You know, this is my forced voice. This is the voice of Jesus. This is how he talks. I know because I met him. I met him at my house. I was sitting at my table and he walked in the door. He took off his jacket and his coat, his jacket and his shirt. He showed me his boobs, and I fell in love with him. Oh. Was the woman in the dream me, or was the Christ in the dream me? That is the ultimate scientific question of the century. Man, that is the one thing that needs to be answered more than anything else in the goddamn world. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Does it matter if the person in me is Christ? Because I wouldn't even know what that means. I don't even know if I'm Christ now or Christ in the future or Christ in the past. I'm not talking about that as a joke. I'm talking about that because I actually wonder that question. I don't mean like am I the person from the Bible? I mean like am I actually the one who actually made this shit that I'm looking at? Is this all just a figment of my imagination? Am I the only one here? Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Was that good? Did you like that? Did I do a good job? 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 Is anybody out there? Want me to do it again? Want me to do it again? Is anybody out there? I didn't do a good job that time. It wasn't as good. I think I'm pretty. I think I should be Jesus. Because I'm so pretty. Jesus is very pretty. So is the Buddha. The Buddha is always very pretty, except in the fat Buddha. Why is you see the fat Buddha? And then you see the pretty Buddha. The pretty Buddha is always... But the fat Buddha is always... That's the fat Buddha. He's very happy. Very, very... He looks like he probably just shits all over himself. Pisses all over himself. Stuffs his face. That's the Buddha. That's what the Buddha does. The Buddha and Jesus ain't the same thing. That is absolutely absurd to say that Buddha and the Buddha and the Jesus are the same. The Buddha and Jesus. Jesus and the Buddha. The Buddha, the Jesus. They ain't the same. The Beavis, the Beavis, the Boobas, the Jesus, the boobs, and the Buddha. I'm preaching a sermon here. I'm getting into my head. I'm getting in my head, and it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. The Buddha. I told you my dream. I said it was going to be over after that, but apparently I'm getting drunk on talking. I'm getting drunk just by talking. I'm back. My back hurts. My neck hurts. If this was a rock show, am I at the point in the rock show where everybody's leaving? Have I been at that point for a while? Was it interesting when I was saying I'm the Christ? Does that make it interesting? Does that make it TV? Does that make it? Am I going to go viral? This man says he's the Christ. I just called myself a man. Uh-oh. Now they're going to say, this trans called himself a man. He ain't really trans. I just outed myself as a fake Christ. I outed myself as a fake Christ. Because I can't be a Christ who lies. Right? Christ can't lie. If I say that I'm trans, but then I say I'm a man, that makes me a liar. Does Christ lie? Does Christ smoke weed and drink Robitussin? Does Christ have sex? Does Christ have a boring life or an interesting life? When Jesus was alive, was he ever a kid and said, my life sucks? This is boring. I want to play video games, but they ain't been invented yet. What did he do from day to day? He just walked around kicking sand and rocks. What did he do? He didn't start his ministry until he was 33 years old. So what did he do for 33 years before that? Sat around waiting. My time is going to come. My time is going to come. I'm just going to sit here and wait for 33 years before I become the real Jesus. Because Jesus ain't the real Jesus until he begins his ministry. 33 years prior to that, he wasn't the real Jesus. He's probably some schmuck like me, wanting to be Jesus, wishing he was Jesus. And then one day, he's like, fuck, now it's time. I'm going to start my ministry. I'm going to go out here and find my disciples and teach them about reality. Because I know it all. Why did it take him 33 years if he knew it all to start his ministry? Why didn't he start his ministry straight out the vagina? Why didn't he just come out teaching shit straight out the gate? Why did he have to wait until he was 33 years old? What a boring 33 years that was. You probably look back at that 33 years and say, God, what is the purpose of this? Why am I here for 33 years just waiting for my time to come to have an interest in life that's worth writing about? My life for 33 years wasn't worth writing about. That's why they didn't write about it. What did he did do some preaching or something when he was a kid. Just like, what is it, like one paragraph in the Bible? He impressed the religious scholars of his time with his depth of perception and insight into reality, the true nature of reality. What is the true nature of reality? It's all a figment of my imagination. I'm Jesus, sleeping Jesus. The only way to wake up is kill myself. Why do I keep saying that? Is my ego the problem? Am I too proud of myself? Am I too high and mighty on myself? Too obsessed with myself? Is it all about me? Am I making it too much about me? Too much about me? Is that what it means to kill myself? Stop making it about me? I'm gonna make a movie where I have stuff like that. Not like that. It's gonna stuff like that too. Yeah, it's gonna do stuff like that and stuff like that. And you're not gonna know what I'm talking about until you see the movie, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Why I think why that Christ stuff is coming up? Because I can't stand the idea that I'm a loser, a weirdo, a weak, pathetic loser, weak, scared, pathetic loser who doesn't know shit about the nature of reality. Can't even point in the right direction. What is the right direction? Somebody asked me to point in the right direction. I don't know which direction is the right direction. I don't know. It might be that way. It might be that way. I don't know what the right direction is. And that was always my problem throughout life. Not knowing the right direction. Is that my problem? Is there such a thing as the right direction? Is the whole idea of the right direction what leads to a boring life? Maybe there is no right direction. Maybe the wrong direction is the way to go. What does the Tao Te Ching say? The straight path seems crooked. The straight path seems crooked. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Why don't they explain that in that book? Why is the Tao Te Ching so goddamn hard to understand? Is it meant to be that way? Is it because it says in the beginning the way that can be told is not the eternal way? Is that why the book is intentionally mysterious and obscure? I like using big words. Obscure is not really a big word though, is it? That's like high school student level, not college. What would a college student use in place of the word obscure? Because obscure is not really that big of a word, but I felt like I was using a big word when I said it. Why did I feel like I was using a big word when I said the word obscure? It's really not that big. Probably because the people around me have never used that. I've never heard anyone in my area, anywhere where I live, anyone in my family, I don't believe ever used the word obscure in a sentence. Not when they were talking, anyways. I have obscured the meaning of my own life. My own life is obscure. I can't see shit. I suspect this could be a figment of my imagination. I can't tell if it's a figment of my imagination or if it's real. How could I tell? Maybe the whole thing of Christ was all just made up. God and religion, and it's all just made up. And maybe I'm in some other alien bubble thing, and it's just a video game. I'm just like, some alien kid right now is playing a video game, and that's my life. This is his version of the video game. I don't know. How could I know? All I know is what I see. And what I see don't tell me shit. I see a light over here. I see a mirror. I see a fan, a towel. I see the door I made. They ain't telling me nothing. They ain't telling me nothing about the nature of reality. Why do I need to know about the nature of reality? Why can't I just be happy? Why can't I just be happy? Not knowing. Can I be happy not knowing? Whether it's a figment of my imagination is, or should I just start saying imagination? Because that seems to be what I want to say. It seems to be that's the word I want to say is imagination. Imagination. You have a great imagination. It sounds ridiculous. You have a great imagination. Is that what I'm afraid of? Am I afraid of sounding ridiculous? Is that why I keep talking in a southern accent? Because my normal accent sounds so ridiculous to me. I hate sounding ridiculous. I don't want to sound ridiculous. I don't want to look ridiculous. I don't want to be perceived as anything to be ridiculed at all. Especially if I cry. I don't want to be laughed at when I cry. Or if I come across as weak, scared. If I come across as scared, that's the worst. I don't want people to see that I'm scared, how scared I am. That would be traumatic for them to see how scared I am. The fear ain't the trauma. The fear is not traumatic. Living in fear is not traumatic. It don't lead to a boring life. It don't lead to a life that ain't worth living. Living in fear can't lead to a life that ain't worth living. That's ridiculous. That is worthy of ridicule. Just like me, worthy of ridicule. That's why I'm afraid. Because I'm worthy of ridicule. Worthy of being ridiculed. What does that even mean to be worthy of being ridiculed? Sounds like an oxymoron. Can you be worthy and be ridiculed? People who are worthy can't be ridiculed. If you're ridiculed, it's because you're not worthy. I'm not worthy. Why am I not worthy? Who said I'm not worthy? Somebody said I'm not worthy. At some point in my life, somebody said I'm not worthy. I don't know who it was. Was it me? Did I say I'm not worthy? Because my mama didn't love me. My own mother. Symbol of God's love herself. God's representative on this earth on my behalf. Didn't even love me. That means God don't love me. That's why my own wife don't love me and why she never wanted to be with me in the first place. Except for that time we spent at the bar together, holding hands, kissing. Is she my wife? I think she might be my wife. I think maybe God has joined us together. It feels that way. Why do I say that? Because it's been 14 years. We never dated, never had sex, only kissed twice. Maybe 14 years, didn't spend more than probably 3 months total time talking. I don't mean the span of time that we started to the time we finished. I mean, like, if you take all those moments that we're actually talking, added them together into one, probably wouldn't be more than 3 months, not even a month maybe. But yet I think of her as my wife. I think about her almost every day. Almost every day. Not quite. I'd probably go a day or two without thinking about her. She don't love me. My mama didn't love me. That's proof God don't love me. How can God even love me? He can't kiss me or rub me or have sex with me. Can God have sex with me? And is that what I'm waiting for? Is that the man of my dreams? Is he the one? Is he the one? Is he waiting for me like I'm waiting for my wife? Am I supposed to be God's wife? Is the fact that my wife not responding to my messages, is that a sign to me? Is that God's sign? Is God giving me a message by her not messaging me, saying what she's doing to you is what you're doing to me? God talks like this. I've been trying to reach you. I want to marry you. I want to become one with you. But you're not responding to my messages. You're being cold and self-absorbed. Was Jesus God's child or was Jesus God's wife? Does God distinguish between the two? Does God have sex with his own children? Oh. Okay. Goodbye.